The Lakers' 2023-24 season ended in heartbreak. A team built with so much hope, carrying the weight of history and the glow of banners hanging above them, collapsed under the pressure when it mattered most. Losing in 5 games to the Minnesota Timberwolves was not how Los Angeles imagined its season would close. Not as the number 3 seed, not with the expectations they carried, and certainly not with LeBron James and Luka Dončić finally sharing the same jersey. The dream was supposed to look different. And now, as we step into another summer full of questions, trade rumors, and speculation, it's time to ask the hard questions about where this team is headed. Before we dive deep into the latest reports, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates about the Lakers. Because what we're about to break down could change the future of this franchise in ways that nobody could have predicted. The LeBron-Luka experiment was always going to be a fascinating gamble. 2 of the most gifted playmakers in the history of the game, one entering the very peak of his prime, the other defying father time in ways no athlete has ever done before. Together, they gave us flashes of brilliance, like watching a passing clinic designed by basketball gods. But flashes weren't enough. 23 games together in the regular season, that was all fans got. A 15-8 record was strong on paper, but when the playoffs arrived, chemistry collapsed under pressure. Their offensive firepower was undeniable, with the Lakers pouring in over 116 points a game, but what they gave up, over 114 points allowed, exposed cracks they could never hide in a 7-game war. Now, this offseason brings something they didn't have before: time. A full training camp, a real preseason, a chance to build rhythm, trust, and an identity. Assistant coach Greg St. Jean has already emphasized how critical this summer is for Luka and LeBron. Because let's be honest, this is not just about 2 stars learning how to play together. This is about 2 eras colliding. Luka, at 26, entering the prime years of his career, years where every step, every win, and every loss shapes his legacy. And LeBron, at 40, still carrying the weight of expectations, still rewriting what longevity looks like in the NBA, but also knowing that windows close fast. This duo doesn't have the luxury of endless time. The Lakers are betting that the connection between these 2 could unlock a run that dominates the West and puts another banner in the rafters. But if they're wrong, the consequences could be massive. That's why every offseason decision matters. And this summer, no name has been discussed more than Rui Hachimura. Rui gave the Lakers 13.1 points and 5 rebounds a night last season, shooting an efficient 50% from the field. He's strong, athletic, and capable of scoring in bursts that shift momentum. But the whispers around the organization are clear: his long-term future isn't guaranteed. Rui is under contract until 2026, but an extension isn't coming soon. Why? Because his fit next to Luka and LeBron remains in question. Consistency has always been Rui's battle. Can he become the two-way forward who thrives in playoff intensity, or will he remain a talented role player who shines some nights and disappears in others? The Lakers need answers, and quickly. Complicating Rui's path is the arrival of Jake LaRavia. A young forward with size, energy, and defensive upside, LaRavia adds depth to the rotation. But more than that, he brings competition. For Rui, that means every minute, every possession, every defensive assignment is a test. The Lakers now have flexibility at the forward spot, and in today's NBA, flexibility often means trade leverage. That's where the real intrigue begins. Because as much as this offseason is about chemistry, it's also about rumors. And in Los Angeles, rumors never sleep. The wildest one came from Bleacher Report, suggesting a 14 blockbuster that would send LeBron James and his son Bronny James out of Los Angeles in exchange for one of the league's most dominant forces, Giannis Antetokounmpo. The idea itself feels outrageous, almost impossible. LeBron leaving Los Angeles at this stage of his career? The Lakers trading Bronny after drafting him? Giannis somehow joining Luka to create a duo of 2 generational superstars? It sounds like a fantasy out of a video game. But here's the thing, even the craziest rumors reveal something deeper. This isn't about whether that trade actually happens. It's about what the Lakers are willing to do. It's about how badly this franchise wants to maximize Luka's prime years. It's about the urgency they feel to pair him with a co-star who can keep the championship window wide open. LeBron has been everything a franchise could dream of, but he is 40 years old. His greatness is undeniable, but the future is Luka. And the question the Lakers front office must answer is simple: how do you build the perfect team around him before it's too late? This is where Rob Pelinka and the front office face the greatest challenge. The Western Conference is a war zone. Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets aren't going anywhere. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder are rising fast. Minnesota just eliminated the Lakers, proving their toughness isn't a fluke. The Warriors, Clippers, and Suns are still lurking with firepower. And in that environment, standing still isn't an option. Los Angeles needs to be bold. They need to be aggressive. They need to decide whether Rui Hachimura is part of their future, whether Jake LaRavia is just depth or a potential trade chip, and whether a superstar swing is worth shaking the entire foundation. And that's why fans feel both excitement and fear. Excitement because the potential is undeniable. Luka and LeBron with a full training camp could become one of the most unstoppable duos the league has ever seen. Imagine the passing, the spacing, the constant mismatch nightmares. Fear because the margin for error is razor thin. If chemistry doesn't click, if role players don't step up, if defense doesn't improve, the Lakers could once again fall short. And in this era of NBA volatility, falling short too many times often leads to drastic moves. For Lakers Nation, this summer is about hope, but it's also about patience. It's about trusting that Luka is ready to embrace the mantle, that LeBron still has one more deep playoff run in him, and that the front office can thread the needle between building for now and building for the future. The rumors will swirl: Giannis, Rui, trades big and small. Some will make sense, some will sound insane. But underneath all of it is one truth: the Los Angeles Lakers are searching, not just for another championship, but for identity, for direction, for the balance between honoring the past and seizing the future. And that's what makes this moment so powerful. Because the story of the Lakers has always been about more than just basketball. It's been about stars, about risks, about pushing limits. From Magic and Kareem to Kobe and Shaq, to LeBron and now Luka, this franchise has thrived on moments when everyone else doubted. Right now, with chemistry questioned, rumors swirling, and the league watching, the Lakers face another one of those defining crossroads. And the outcome, whether they stand pat, whether they move Rui, whether they dare to dream as big as trading for Giannis, could shape not just the next season, but the legacy of Luka Dončić in purple and gold. So as the offseason unfolds, remember this: doubt has always been fuel in Los Angeles. Pressure has always been the backdrop. And stars have always risen when the moment demanded it. The future of the Lakers isn't written yet, but one thing is certain: this team is preparing to fight for its place at the top again. And whether it's with LeBron and Luka finally clicking, or with a shocking trade that changes everything, Lakers Nation will once again be at the center of basketball's biggest story. Here's a crucial insight for you: diving into financial education can significantly elevate your quality of life. In the realm of finance, take the time to explore bonds and stocks, with a special emphasis on real estate investment trusts, REITs. These investments have the potential to generate passive income. Approach this journey with diligence and opt for reputable investment brokerages globally. By doing so, you'll be laying a solid foundation for a more secure and prosperous future.